Welcome to the National Veteran Wheelchair Games Rolling on the River, co-presented by the Paralyzed Veterans of America and Department of Veteran Affairs. I'm Ben Pearson with xable.com, and we're here at the Spokane Convention Center for the championship match of this quad rugby tournament. This is sponsored by Johnson & Johnson Healthcare Systems. Last night we saw these two teams square off in a little preview of tonight's action. The red team got the best of the yellow, winning easily after getting out to an early lead, led by number 4, Delvin McMillan. Alongside me, we have Scott Severn, and if you've been tuning in to any of these broadcasts on xable.com, you've been hearing me call Severn's name quite a bit. Now, Scott, you faced both these teams. What can we expect tonight?
You expect the yellow team to make some adjustments from last night. I believe that they might fall back in the key once in a while, give that a try. There's not a whole lot of size on the red team as far as breaking through a key defense, so I expect them to try that. They're gonna be a lot tougher than they were last night. They're gonna definitely try something new, something different.
And there's a possibility that the yellow team, knowing that last night's match didn't technically count, that they could have been resting some of their better players, trying to get some of their lesser experienced players some playing time. So I'd expect yellow to have a little bit more better effort tonight. Last night, their star Steve McGuire and Leon Bostic spent a considerable amount of time on the bench. As you see, the yellow team and red team breaking out of their huddle, and we are set to go here at the Spokane Convention Center.
We got a couple of tall guys here for the jump. Leon Bostic, Chet Miller. Leon's got some major reach out there.
Out there for the yellow team, got 00 Leon Bostic, number 12 Steve McGuire, number 11 Gus Sorensen, and number 13 Robert Schuler. For the red team, number 1 Earl Richardson, number 11 Todd Kemery, number 2 Chet Miller, and number 4 Delvin McMillan. Number 1 Earl Richardson was our player of the game in last night's match.
The third and fourth place game is Team Black and Team Gold.
Game of quad rugby consists of 4 8-minute quarters.
The game with the team who is considered the away team.
4 on 4. And each player has a classification based on their disability and the movement of their various limbs. The rankings go from 0.5 up to 3.5. And between your 4 players on the floor, you can never have them add up to larger than 8. So you see some of the main ball handlers will be some of those high pointers, and some of the low pointers, 0.5 and 1 point. More responsible for blocking and setting screens, wouldn't you say, Scott?
Yeah, and there are a couple exceptions to that rule also. There's the female rule, which we have one of here. Pat, number 3 on the yellow team, is she automatically drops a half point in her classification. And anybody over the age of 45 also drops, or they don't drop a half point, but the team is allowed to run 8.5 points on the floor with somebody over 45. Now with the female rule, you can take advantage of both of them, so they could actually have 9 points on the floor at one time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and we saw Pat McQuinn for the yellow team get a goal late in the game last night. She was had to miss yellow's first match because she didn't have a chair to compete in this.
Yeah, it turns out for her there was a chair sitting back there. We didn't know that one of the guys on the red team had brought his old chair, and she actually was able to get into that last night and get into the game, and I heard she had a great time.
She was able to get that late goal. As red won pretty easy last night. Looked like after they got to an easy lead, yellow stuck around. They were within reach at halftime, but in the third quarter, things got a bit ugly for the yellow team. Delvin McMillan got on the board, and then after they rested some of their better players, number 2 Chet Miller and 11 Todd Kemery.
The yellow team kind of threw in the white flag towards the end, and it looked like it got out of hand more than it actually did, because they knew they had another game tonight, that they were going to face this same team again, and
so yellow team
to give their players a little break.
The yellow team be looking to make some adjustments and improve on last night's performance. Here for the championship round, for all the marbles, winner takes home gold, loser takes home silver.
And I came in here early tonight, and the yellow team was already out there pushing, and the red team, some of their players weren't even here yet, so who knows? There might might be a little bit of preparation that they were out here practicing and.
Mr. Tim Wilson.
And one of the unique things about these games is in team soccer and power soccer, basketball, and quad rugby, the teams are formed right before events get started. So a lot of times athletes, out there still trying to get used to things. So not a surprise that Yellow's out here running over some things.
Well, Kelly Kalicheski is the ref that's in the center court right now, getting ready to do the jump. She kind of puts the teams together with help from some other people. If there's players she doesn't know, she'll ask about, and she tries to balance them out. And actually, if you look at the scores, they were fairly well balanced this year. But you never know when there's some new guys that she hasn't seen or heard of before. She doesn't know how good they are, and you might have a sleeper somewhere.
As we're getting set to play, it'll be Miller and Bostic in the jump ball. Bostic controls it.
Okay, somebody else did touch it. Leon could not be the first person to touch that ball after he puts it up, but it went off somebody else's chair.
As he gets it up, trying to find McGuire. McGuire's got a pass to go. McMillan's going to try to stop him, and he's able to, but he gets a nice pass over the Bostic, and Yellow will get on the scoreboard here, taking lead 1-0 in this championship quad rugby match.
And those two are learning to play together a lot better, McGuire and Bostic.
So Chet Miller with it. See him take a dribble. When holding the ball, you have 10 seconds to either make a pass or take a dribble.
Chet Miller and Todd Kemery out there are both very good two-point players, very good deuces, very solid. They've been playing the game for a long time.
And on cue, Chet Miller makes a nice pass to Delvin McMillan. McMillan, the quad amputee, is probably going to be the fastest one we're going to see out there on the floor.
Leon was looking for that one, but couldn't see it. We got a jump ball.
And similar to as in basketball, when two players have possession, a jump ball will be the call. We'll have alternating possession.
Right.
So after Yellow won the original jump ball will be awarded to Red here. It's into McMillan. When we mentioned McMillan's speed, and Yellow's not gonna want to let him get to the sideline.
He's stepped it up a lot. He plays for Lakeshore, which is a Division I contender, and great coach down there, Kevin Orr. Kevin Orr actually just left Lakeshore Foundation and went up to coach Team Canada.
McGuire is bottled up. He cannot go back behind the half-court line, and he's forced to call a timeout.
The timeouts in quad rugby now, they just changed this year. They used to be 4 timeouts, 1 minute long. Now there is 4 timeouts that they can call on the floor. They're only a half-minute long, and they added 2 1-minute bench timeouts that they can take advantage of.
And a timeout there, not really used to go and talk about a strategy, but just to avoid the turnover. You see McGuire with the give and go to Sorensen. He's got Bostic in the middle, and he finds him. Unable to score in this game of quad rugby, you have to have full possession of the ball and have 2 wheels cross that end line. The score is now 2-2. About 5 minutes left here in the first quarter of this championship match.
Oh, over and back.
And over and back is the call. McGuire got a good lick on McMillan there, sending him back over the halfway line. So Yellow will be awarded possession.
Delvin's a pretty light guy, missing his legs and part of his arms, so they can bop him around out there pretty good.
You see McGuire connect with Bostic again, giving Yellow the lead 3-2. And we mentioned how light McMillan is. We already said how fast he is, but because of his speed and how light he is, a lot of times you're going to see him with 1 wheel up in the air. Scott, I saw you get a few good licks on him the other game. But McMillan, definitely a competitor, and does not at all shy away from contact. So there with
Harold's out too far on this now. He got out too far for the pass, out of range.
Cameron controls it, gets it to McMillan.
And Delvin was smart on that one. You don't want to challenge Leon. He's a big boy.
So McGuire will inbound to Sorensen, who gets it
Give
back
and
to
go.
him. You'll see a lot of give and goes between the high pointers and the low pointers. And McGuire takes a dribble, makes a nice move there on Miller, gets around
Got
Richardson.
Leon open.
McMillan has McGuire has Bostic. He will find him. And that has been their formula for success early on for Yellow. And Camry will get things going here for Red as he gets it into McMillan.
Oh, nice hit. Nice hit by McGuire there.
So McMillan was trying to call timeout, but he was already out of bounds there. And with the turnover, Yellow will make some substitutions, checking into the game. Number 4, Jamel Williams. Number 1, Jeremiah Butler. And number 10, Sean Michaud.
Number 10, I don't know too much about. I just met Jeremiah this week, and he's a great young kid, new guy to the game, new guy to the vet games. Got a lot of potential.
And Sorensen will leave. Gets it into Bostic. He finds Butler. Can he get across? He can. Jeremiah Butler, the Augusta, Georgia native.
He's actually new enough to quad rugby. He didn't have his own chair. He's pushing around one of my old chairs out there. Number 10 on the red team is pushing around my current chair.
So
Chet Miller's just got so much experience out there. He has no problem bringing the ball down the floor.
Chet Miller from Santa Cruz, California. At these events, also been competing in slalom and table tennis, as well as hand cycling, which will take place tomorrow. See McMillan get a nice hit on Williams, and he finds Butler. Butler unable to hold it. But the ball will roll off Chet Miller's hands, so Yellow will get another crack at it. Just under 4 minutes left here.
Chet Miller does play at home with the Northridge team, which is a Division I national contending team.
Also from Northridge is Harold Leon Bostic.
So they do know each other pretty well out there. They know each other's moves. They go head to head and practice a lot.
Part of the United States Quad Rugby Association, which Scott, you're also a part of.
Right. Been playing at home with my Michigan Storm team for about 6 years now. We've gone to nationals the last 4, so been doing pretty decent.
As McMillan breaks free. He will
They
tie
got to
it
find
up.
an answer for him. That's something the yellow team's got to stop out there, or he's just going to keep pounding it down their throats.
So after yesterday, Red got out to the early lead. So far, it's been close for this entire first quarter. 6-6 is the score. Jeremiah Butler has. He's looking for Bostic. Nice catch by Bostic. Reaching back behind him to haul it in. One of the unique rules here at Quad Rugby is that each member of your team must see the floor for at least 8 minutes.
And that's good. I mean, nobody wants to sign up for an event like this and come here and not be able to play. Sometimes it can hurt you, but it's just something you got to do. And
Yellow gets a turnover. As McGuire and Sorensen will check back in for the yellow team. You mentioned earlier some of these players only playing at the games, others play year-round. So another reason for that rule is just to balance out the playing field and get some of the lesser experienced players a chance to get in there.
You know, here right now, like I said, Delvin plays with Lakeshore. gets pretty good play time with Lakeshore because they're a team that usually jumps out to a pretty good lead. Earl Richardson, number 1 on the red team, plays with Philly.
Number 13, Gary Combs checking
McGuire,
in.
number 12, I played against him at Nationals this year. He plays for the East Coast Cripplers. Delvin called for a reach there.
So similar as in basketball, you can reach in, but you have to only make contact with the ball. And with that, he'll come out for a 1-minute penalty. He'll be in there for the entirety of the 1 minute unless yellow is able to score. They currently are down 7-8.
And also one thing here, the yellow team could try to kind of bait a member of the red team into a penalty goal, then Delvin stays in the box.
As you see McGuire, before he goes into the inside, wants people to make sure they know where McMillan is.
You got to get him when he comes out of the box. They got to stop Delvin or.
He's got a lot of speed.
Whoa.
And Williams is able to knock him out of bounds.
Nice hit by Jamal. Jamal's another one of those players that only plays here at the games. Says when he gets his kids raised, he's gonna get into it full time.
And Williams trying to get it into McGuire. He does.
That was very
McGuire's
close
quickly rooted before he gets it over and back. And then he commits the foul, reaching in on McMillan. So as soon as McMillan gets out of the box for reaching in, he gets reached in on by Williams. 8-8 the score here. This championship match.
You can see the yellow team has done their homework because this is it's a pretty close match so far.
So you see McMillan score. Stephen Baxter is now on the floor for the red team, making his first appearance. So Baxter, Richardson, Combs, and McMillan for the red team. For the yellow team, Michau, Sorensen, McGuire, and Williams. And McMillan comes up with it, looking for a pass.
Swinging around.
And that's what we see from McMillan. He has so much speed, he can afford to be patient and wait for that perfect opportunity to strike.
He's so slippery. He doesn't have. He's got good top end speed, but he changes direction so quick.
So McGuire gets it up to Williams.
Ball on a breakaway.
You know McMillan's going to be on his back. And there he is. Slows him down. He's got McGuire. Oh, but he throws it right to Baxter. Then quickly able to get a hand on the ball and get the jump ball call. So we'll have the alternating possession
rule.
rule.
And took that away.
So McGuire will control it. McGuire's going to need some help.
Gus Sorensen.
And Sorensen gets the goal.
The crowd loves to see a low point player scoring, especially Gus. He's such a great guy. Spirit of the Games Award winner last year.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with Spirit of the Games Award, it's voted amongst the peers here at the Veteran Games. One of the highest honors you can receive here. So you have just about a minute left here in the first quarter.
And Red just threw one away. McGuire came up with it.
McGuire gets it to Williams. Baxter's in pursuit.
Williams got to scrape that up. Stephen Baxter with a jump ball there.
Yellow will make some substitutions. Robert Schuler going to check in. He's Yellow's lone novice, as well as Pat McQuinn and Leon Bostic as McGuire, Williams. Williams will stay on.
Pat McQuinn's a genuine newcomer to the sport of rugby. She practiced at home with her local team. I'm not sure where she's from, but Number 13 is a fairly new .5, but he's been practicing with the Denver team, which is a very tough D1 national contender.
10-9 the score, red on top. Here at the gold medal match, Quad Rugby, the 29th Annual National Veteran Wheelchair Games. Ben Pearson alongside me, Scott Severn. That's McMillan. He's got 2-on-1 here with Baxter, and he will take it himself, bringing the score to 11-9. Boston controls. McMillan trying to get a piece of it.
Yeah, the yellow team here's just gotta stop some of this sloppy play. They got McGuire off the court right now, which the 8-minute rule comes into play there, where they have to play everybody 8 minutes. And with him off the floor, Leon's going to be the main ball handler out there, and they put all their attention on him.
And Baxter called for the foul, trying to get clarification from our referee Tim Davis, as he will come out.
Tim Davis, actually a past Spirit of the Games Award winner several years ago.
Is it into McQuinn? McQuinn gets it back to Williams. Got Bostic ahead of him, throws it up there. McMillan's in pursuit, but Bostic will take it all the way.
Nice court awareness.
So been close game for the whole way. It's Baxter trying to find McMillan.
They got to stop that. Delvin just swings around through there with, there's nobody there to keep him honest. They need to double team that.
Delvin McMillan has appeared in the Sports Illustrated back in last summer in August of 2008, and also was chosen for the Endeavour Award by the British team. You want to explain what that is, Scott, exactly?
Yeah, the Sports Illustrated photo was a two-page layout with Delvin and a little tiny picture of me up in the corner.
McMillan will call
he's a little
timeout.
more photogenic.
The Endeavour Award, something that's chosen by the British team here at the National Veteran Wheelchair Games.
The British team comes over here every year. They've been presenting the Endeavour Award usually to a young athlete or a fairly new athlete that's showing excellent competitive spirit and drive for wheelchair sports.
It's McMillan in no rush to score. He takes a look over at the clock, showing his patience.
They're going to kill the clock with about 20 seconds left to go here.
See, yellow has 3 people in the box, unable to have a 4th. That's one of the unique rules of quad rugby. So McMillan squeezes his way in there between McQuinn and Bostic.
Yeah, with 2 high pointers there, and that's the side he's going to go to because he can slip between those 2 chairs.
Just under 10 seconds left here.
Down the court.
That's a McQuinn. Will she have enough time? Gets it up to Bostic. And that will be the end of the first quarter. 13-10 is the score here in this gold medal quad rugby match. Well, thank you for joining us here on xable.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more second quarter action.